Nick Vandekar here, Long Foster Real Estate, Selling the Main Line. This week we are focusing on real estate horror stories. So I am asking a few friends involved in the process, mortgage, title, insurance, just any horror story that they have relating to a real estate transaction. Hey Jeremy, what frightening horror stories have you got about mortgages? It's Halloween time, so I'm sure there's some scary events that have happened that you can remember.
Yeah, well, getting a mortgage today can be very scary. Recently I had a borrower buy a house a month ago. They wanted to do a quick settlement, and even though I strongly expressed to them and laid out to get their gift documentation, which can be tricky when somebody's giving you a gift towards your down payment, to have the gift donor write it to them as a personal check. The gift donor and the buyer didn't realize that when they got a certified check from the bank, that they would have to provide a bank statement. So by simply getting the certified check from the bank, the gift donor had to provide his bank statement, which had a slew of cash deposits, which simply could not be sourced. So the gift could not be used. If he would have just did a personal check, all we would have needed is the canceled personal check. So he had to get a gift from a far relative in California at the very last minute who had written him a personal check. And luckily they were able to wrap that together a day before closing and get the loan closed in time. But it was very, very horrific towards the end. Happy Halloween.
So Amy, this week we're focusing on horror stories related to different elements of real estate. So what horror story relating to title insurance do you know?
I would give a most recent story of why you should always search a property and obtain a policy of title insurance. My most recent horror story was a property that was being sold by an estate. The executress, although she had administered the estate and the estate had been opened properly, through our diligence of the search, we had found that there was a long lost heir to the property who was currently living in Barbados who needed to sign off in order to convey free and clear title. Had the buyer not commissioned a search and ordered title insurance, we would not have searched the estate to find out that there was an heir. Therefore, we could have conveyed the property to the buyer without knowing that there was somebody else who needed to sign off on the deed. So it's always very important to obtain a full search of the property along with a policy of title insurance to ensure that nobody else can lay any claim, right, or title to your property.
Great, Amy. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Nick.
So Chris, any horror stories relating to insurance that you want to share with us?
I think I've got a good one. A couple years back around this time, we had a client who was looking to move out of their home, move out of state. So he put the home on the market and left immediately. Didn't tell his insurance agent, so a month and a half goes by, he hasn't been there. We had an early frost and one of the refrigerator water pipes froze. Once it thawed the next day, flooded the whole kitchen, huge mess. His agent gave him a call, let him know, and of course he called his insurance company to try to make a claim, which was rejected. You see, with a vacant home, if you're not there for about 30 days, typically you start losing some coverages that you would normally have, such as freezing and vandalism. That means your best bet is always to inform your agent, let them know when you're leaving for any extended period of time. We actually have policies specifically designed to deal with the unique risks associated with a home that has no one to watch it.